again, I'm Wade, and this is the Walrus Audio Bellwether analog delay. It's got a lot of knobs and switches, but don't let it scare you. It's instantly familiar. Analog was sort of the standard for a very long time, and it feels like lately it's sort of fallen out of favor for digital tape emulation. Tape from the 50s and 60s is a very living, warbly, unpredictable thing. Digital, which really sort of came into its own during the 80s and 90s, is sort of pristine, sterile repeats. Analog's in the middle. You can do pristine repeats, but it can be very warm and organic feeling. So I'm not the edge. I just tried to play something kind of sparse here so you guys could hear the repeats, and I've got the level turned all the way up, and let's just dig in and see what we get. So bypass knob, click, and then here we've got tap, tap division. So let's take it over here to dotted eighths just in case you are the edge. Time knob does the same thing this does. I don't really know why you need both, but I always sort of enjoy turning the time knob mid-solo because it's fun. Repeats. My favorite thing about an analog delay is that they can go from slapback to just nuts. So if we turn this all the way over here, we should get nothing. My mistake. Not nothing, but close to it. You're getting like one repeat. Now, letting the repeats run crazy can be a lot of fun if you've got control over it with an expression pedal. We've got an expression in up here, and we've got a time repeats control switch right here. So the expression pedal can control either the time knob or the repeats knob, which gives you a lot of options for really fun weirdness or practical stuff. All right, tone. This is really cool. This is a high cut knob more than a tone knob. All the way over here where we've got it set, this is what analog delay traditionally sounds like. Roll it back this way, and we can roll some highs back in. It's a really nice option. The level control is just the level of repeats. In theory, when it's all the way over here, you're getting repeats that are slightly louder than your input. Okay, so this is the analog chorus engine. We've got a depth and a rate knob. We've got a switch here that says mod, and it's on or off. Currently it's off, so let's turn it on. And then we're going to play, you know what the depth does. I don't feel like we have to get way into that. It can be subtle, or it can be, it doesn't get, this one doesn't do like super in your face, but combined with the rate, you can get some interesting warble. And then you can sort of do a little tape emulation if you want, or you can do something weird. Now, if I had any common sense, I'd say this is the Walrus Audio Bellwether. Have a good one. But we're going to play with the FX loop, and I don't know what's going to happen. So if there is a really drastic edit right here, then I did something terribly wrong. Let's go ahead and cover this real quick. Standard 9V in, out 1, out 2. So you can send this to 2 amps. I don't have 2 amps readily available at the moment because my amps are scattered out all over the place for me to show you, but I assume it does an interesting stereo sound that you can find elsewhere. So what we have here is the Walrus Audio Janus, which is a fuzz pedal and a trim pedal combined, because nothing goes better together than fuzz and trim, being fed the repeats from the Bellwether via the effects loop. The input signal will be unaffected, but the repeats are going to be chopped up and mutilated. So let's listen to the signal, and then I'll turn things on one at a time. Alright, so that's about everything. It's a neat little pedal. I really like it. It's easy to use. The only complaint I might have with it is I feel like this bypass should be a soft switch, especially since I like to do things like have the repeats way up. With it fed into something like a crazy fuzz, occasionally the click would get caught in the repeats while they were running wild. So a soft switch would be nice, but you put this thing on an effects loop, no issue. Anyway, great pedal. Check it out. Points before I get out of here. If you want to use the FX loop, you're going to need one of these. It's a Y connector. It's female mono to male tip ring sleeve. You can find them at Guitar Center. I think it was $7, $8. I didn't really know what to call it, so it took me a little time to find one. So there you go. Now I've done the work for you. Also, I want to say thanks to Rattlesnake Cable Company for these cables. I've been using them for about a week now. They're very legit. I think you guys should check them out. And of course, BeardTone. Good at Beards, okay at Guitar. Mugs available at BeardTone.com. I appreciate the support you guys have shown me, and I hope you continue to enjoy the reviews. Thank you, guys.